Just hours before tip-off on one of the Aztecs' biggest games of the year, two players, including a starter, ruled out due to COVID-19 protocols. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Steve Price.
And I'm Kirsten Holmes. The Aztecs played shorthanded against the 20th ranked Colorado State Rams inside a packed Viejas Arena. You see people there behind me, a lot of folks. And it wasn't lost on a lot of the students attending the game that they can watch the Aztecs play in person, but they can't have in-person classes. News 8's Tim Blodgett spoke to fans as they headed in to the arena.
Well, despite record COVID numbers and canceled in-person classes, the San Diego State men's basketball team will face Colorado State in a nearly sold-out arena. It was one of the biggest games of the year for San Diego State men's basketball, and it came just as the coronavirus pandemic is reaching new heights. Nationally, the focus was on the game, but outside Viejas Arena beforehand, the talk was less about basketball and more about the rapidly spreading virus. SDSU students Christian, Jaden, and Justin are diehard Aztecs fans, but are acutely aware they're entering a packed arena. Just 3 days ago, the students found that the first 2 weeks of the semester will be virtual.
Yeah, it is contradictory. I mean, having a packed stadium and then canceling classes at the same time, it's like maybe they need to cancel both things or just leave school like actually happening, you know? While
fans flooded Viejas dressed in white, they found San Diego State put in safeguards in every entrance in order to protect fans. All those who attended the game needed to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test within a day. A testing site was also on scene for unvaccinated fans. While masks are mandatory throughout the entire arena, some went without them.
I mean, it's not the same. I hate wearing a mask indoors and stuff like that. Obviously, like, people try to maintain their distance, but it's kind of hard when you're in like a stadium like this. Yeah. But I mean, it's still loud, it's still rocking, so I mean, can't complain.
The Aztecs did pull off the upset today, but only time will tell if fans remain safe from the virus in Viejas. At SDSU, Tim Blodgett, News 8.
And as Tim mentioned, the Aztecs pulled off a huge upset, so Marcus Greaves is going to have highlights from the game that'll be coming up later in sports. Well, as COVID cases surge and the demand for testing rises, more than 200 California National Guard members have now been activated to help ramp up the testing efforts all across our state.
Yeah, Governor Gavin Newsom made the announcement last night. He said Guard members will be deployed across 50 Optum-served testing sites to increase access for people and help with staffing. 6 of those sites are here in San Diego County. You can get tested on Linda Vista Road and in El Cajon on South Magnolia Avenue Monday through Friday. And Tuesday through Saturday, sites are open on Oleander Avenue in Chula Vista, West Mission Avenue in Escondido, D Avenue in National City, and Ocean Ranch Boulevard in Oceanside. Now, each site will open at 7 a.m. And if you're planning to visit a loved one in a California nursing home, there are some new rules in effect to help protect the elderly from COVID. Per new Department of Health orders, all visitors must provide proof of vaccination, a booster shot, and a negative test before you can enter. Antigen tests must be done just 24 hours before the visit, and PCR tests must be done within 48 hours. And this is required before each visit, not just for the first time. The order goes until February 7th, but may be extended if necessary. And San Diego Unified School District says that for now, they won't be requiring proof of vaccination for students to participate in sports and other extracurricular activities. Last night, they sent a letter of clarification to parents after a memo came out earlier this week to athletic directors mentioned a potential change in the policy. Just 2 weeks ago, a judge struck down the district's student COVID vaccine mandate. The district told parents that it's seeking a stay while they appeal that ruling. In the meantime, training for out-of-season sports and activities has been paused for 3 weeks due to COVID concerns.
Meantime, the rate of new hospitalizations from COVID-19 continues to skyrocket. Right now, 889 people with confirmed COVID cases are in San Diego County hospitals. You can see the uptick right there. It's a jump of more than 65% in just the past week. We are now above the peak of the Delta wave that happened last summer and about halfway to the peak of last winter's surge before vaccines were widely available. Now, as of Wednesday, county hospitals were at 77% of their capacity, and available ICU capacity was down to just 24%. But since that weekly update, nearly 150 more people have been hospitalized, 18 more patients admitted to intensive care. Over at Rady Children's Hospital, they are telling us they have seen triple the number of pediatric COVID patients in just the last week. 1 in 4 admitted had no underlying health conditions. Statewide, the number of children hospitalized with COVID-19 has nearly doubled in 7 days. Meantime, county health officials are urging residents to not only get all vaccinations and booster shots, but only seek testing for the illness if absolutely necessary, and don't go to an emergency room if you can't get a test. Coming up at 6:30, News 8's Ariana Cohen is going to have more on the alarming rise in pediatric hospitalizations.
Today, San Diego nurses rallied in support of a proposed state law that would guarantee health care for all Californians. National Nurses United members joined with nurses from 14 cities to support Assembly Bill 1400, which was proposed this week by Democratic Assembly member Ash Carla of San Jose. Nurses say that with more than 3 million Californians lacking health insurance and another 12 million not able to afford their insurance, it's time to try for a single-payer system.
Our health should not be something that is for profit. And as a nurse, I have seen people lose their lives over not having health care. And I see the stress of it working in a hospital for 37 years.
The proposed $200 million program would end private insurance in California and be paid for through tax increases on high-earning businesses and individuals. Now, it wasn't quite Chamber of Commerce weather today, but it also wasn't too bad for January.
Meteorologist Sean Stiles is here with a first look at your microclimate forecast, and seeing what other folks around the country are dealing with, Sean, I have no complaints.
No way to complain about what we saw today, although temperatures a little below average, Steve, and the daytime highs will slowly but surely warm up over the next couple days. As we take a look at the almanac here, let's get into the details here. 61 was our high today. Now, those overcast conditions that started our day off kind of put us behind the 8 ball, but they also gave us a little bit warmer conditions for our overnight lows. But because of that, the radiational heating of the atmosphere didn't take place as quickly, so we were unable to get up to that 66-degree reading. But that overnight low of 52 is actually slightly warmer than where we should be. Now, the record was set back in 1923, 78 degrees. How about this overnight low of 33? The rainfall totals, we are still slightly ahead. However, we are starting to bring those two numbers closer together. There is a chance of some rain in our forecast. I'll take a look at that coming up in just a bit.
Friday marked 1 year since Maya Miliete disappeared from her home in Chula Vista.
Maya's husband is charged with murder, but the mother of 3 still has not been found despite tireless search efforts by family and volunteers.
A prayer vigil for Maya Miliete is happening right now at a Chula Vista community park, and News 8's Heather Hope is there live for us right now. Heather, tell us more.
Yes, so we're here now as the vigil is underway. We are somewhere over the rainbow being played. There are candles here on this Maya Miliete table with buttons for her, and those lit candles, they just did a balloon send-off right now as friends and family are gathered out here at the Chula Vista Community Park. This got underway just within the last hour to honor Maya's life within this last year. And this live look, you can hear the band playing, and Maya's favorite song right there. She grew up in Hawaii, so she loves the Hawaiian-themed music. Many here dressed in bright green t-shirts, and this comes after 12 months of searching and keeping Maya's case in the public eye, even making an appearance on Dr. Phil last year after her disappearance on January 7, 2021 from her Chula Vista home. The mother of 3 young children missed her oldest daughter's birthday last year, which signaled alarm to Maya's sister and brother-in-law, Mari Chris and Richard Droulet. In October last year, Maya's husband, Larry Miliete, was arrested and charged with Maya's murder, even though Maya's body has not been found. Family today say they remain hopeful.
It's been really hard, you know, for like the entire family. You know, it's again we said, you know, it's been a nightmare for the whole year. It's been a struggle for the whole family. Just, you know, just not knowing where she is right now, so we don't have any answers.
We don't want it to become a cold case. So today we're just going to have prayers. We're going to have some songs. We're just going to honor Maya and pray for anyone that was involved, that they have a change of heart, pray for their family, pray for their comfort, pray for the children, and just pray for other people who may be involved in domestic violence situations.
Yes, many prayers have been going on. You can hear the music behind me. All this going on for the next half hour to honor Maya's life just within this last year of her disappearance. Steve, Kirsten.
Hopefully we can bring Maya home soon. Thank you, Heather. More than 3 weeks into a strike by workers at one of San Diego's biggest sanitation companies, the trash, it keeps piling up. Now the NAACP is calling on city and county leaders to address the growing environmental and health impacts of the accumulating garbage. They say customers have actually started bringing their trash to other complexes that are not served by Republic Services, and that's creating health hazards. They say it's also difficult for low-income residents to drive their trash to landfills, along with increasing pollution. On Thursday, striking workers voted no on the latest contract offer by Republic Services, saying that it doesn't meet their demands. And just minutes ago, we learned from Chula Vista Mayor Mary Casillas that Republic Services promised that all trash recycling and green waste would be picked up in her city tomorrow. So we'll definitely be following up on that.